The room presents a configuration that appears complete. The sequence of cause and result appears reordered. The direction of light suggests an inconsistency that does not resolve itself. The room presents itself without emphasis or intention.
Shadows adjust in quiet response to light.
Traces dissolve once they are no longer required.
Representation yields to presence. Events no longer feel synchronized.
The present feels partially inherited.
Contact between object and shadow is no longer continuous.
Vertical behavior emerges from horizontal space. Time can be inferred without measurement. Intensity diminishes with distance. Identity consolidates. Excess information withdraws.
The room no longer occupies only one time.
Identity begins to blur at the edges.
The room continues to function without resolving contradiction.
Light does not insist on attention. Definition can soften without disappearing.
Balance restores itself naturally.
Surfaces quietly register passage. Illumination settles into routine.
Secondary traces become less insistent.
Hesitation enters static space. Light appears to remember a previous state.
Orientation ceases to predict outcome.
Causation becomes observational rather than physical. Multiple light logics coexist without conflict. Brightness migrates away from its origin.
Consistency returns without announcement.
Continuity no longer draws attention.
Continuity between layers weakens.
Certain details resist transition.
Secondary information gains priority.
Clarity can fluctuate without cause.
Illumination appears selectively misplaced. Uniformity has its own quiet texture.
The room returns to a state that feels complete enough to repeat. Illumination follows a predictable path.
Attention finds no anomaly to rest upon.
The rectangular room appears complete, with no visible tension between elements. The environment ceases to negotiate meaning.
Causation reasserts itself.
Resolution expresses itself subtly. The system closes its open questions.
Correspondence tightens. Moments begin to stack.
Light resumes a familiar balance. Motion is implied without action. Progress halts without motion.
Duplication introduces uncertainty.
Delay enters a static system. Temporal order feels subtly reversed. Scale relationships lose proportional agreement.
Reflection suggests anticipation. Representations exceed their source.
Temporal alignment no longer feels precise. Nothing in the room suggests deviation.
Directionality appears inverted.
Shadow behaves as though divided.
Change can occur within expected limits. Reflection no longer corresponds to its source. Perspective influences what is noticed.
Brightness distributes itself gradually.
Alignment loses simultaneity.
Edges soften under steady illumination. Distance modifies perception without announcement.
Surfaces register light without commentary.
Flat surfaces imply curvature without cause. Contrast adjusts as conditions shift.
Elements converge into agreement. Predictability resumes its role.
Boundaries appear less contested.
Change occurs around a stationary reference.
Secondary information presents itself first. Illumination
respects an unseen threshold.
Components respond at different moments.
Logical overlap occurs without disruption.
Length follows angle.
Causality begins to double. Relative length contradicts expected geometry. Minor details emerge when attention lingers.
Direction becomes noticeable through contrast. The gradient of light ends prematurely.
Expectation resumes authority.
Internal agreement between elements erodes. Structure reaffirms itself.
Alignment restores a sense of order.
Time acquires texture. Age becomes perceptible without movement.
Alignment suggests order without explanation.
Orientation can shift without consequence.
Stability no longer requires explanation.
Multiplicity collapses into singularity.
Response follows presence inconsistently.
Correspondence becomes approximate.
Spatial cues no longer imply temporal order. Weight is assigned inconsistently.
The reflection fails to align with the object. Reflection offers quiet confirmation of presence.